Okay, well, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna just take you outside with me today and the dogs. Go ahead. We'll go out and check out the trees and the chickens and all that junk. My wife's been out here weeding our flower beds. I just don't really have. See, I got all these aloe plants. I put these out here. Nothing like the ones you guys got in Florida, but you know, it's just sort of my collection stuff. And then I just don't. We got them last fall to make a sidewalk around here. I still haven't got around to it yet. Anyway, yeah. So I just haven't. I used to take really good care of all the beds out here and everything, and I'm just, I don't know, getting old and tired or something. I just don't do it so much. And then I had my grill out here in the yard because, yeah, that's what I live next to. So you know, I thought, see that big yard over there? Goes all the way up there toward that big old lilac bush you see way up there in the corner. That's when I talk about mowing my neighbor's lawn. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, the grill's out here in the yard. Those are frac trucks for the gas industry, right, that's going by. They fly through here. So, but I just had my deck redone. Actually, the guy just came and power washed it, and I just put some Thompson's water seal on it. First time in 12 years, and so it is pretty dry. But this is the Ponderosa out here. There goes Inca. This is my. I don't want to put this. This is the fruit of my labor from selling on eBay. This is what eBay basically bought for us, and for the most part, eBay has kept us here. Just the work that we put into buying and selling stuff, and so this has pretty much been our. And there's the black dog. That's Esther. That's what she does. She comes out, rolls around. So yeah, and then there's the back of the garage out here. I haven't been cutting this area right here because I actually have some astilbes growing down. They're flowers growing down in here. I just never got them dug out yet. I want to do something else with them so I can. I used to have a flower bed in here, but man, it's more of a weed bed every year, so I just got tired of it. So I dug all the bricks out and dug all the plants out of it and replanted them in different places. But yeah, so then over here is this is basically my asparagus bed. I got some garlic growing in there, but I used to plant a lot of other stuff in here. But there's some like a lemon balm that's growing in different places around here. My daughter gave me some. Well, actually it was hers when she was living here, and it just kind of spread all over the place, which is okay because I like that stuff. It smells nice, and I guess you can do stuff with it, but she don't live here no more, so we don't do stuff with it. She made cookies, lemon balm cookies. They're really good, but I don't think I eat them right now because they're probably not good for me losing any weight. So, but and then there's a grapevine here. This has been here now probably 4 or 5 years maybe. Watch this up here. Let's see if you can see. I don't know if I'll be able to see, if you'll be able to see or not, but hopefully you can see them little robins in there. Watch this. Oh, they're not going to do it. Usually they stick their head right up to see. They must have got smart. So, yeah. So, and then this is where we kept the goats and stuff. And I just haven't gotten around. I got all the fence pretty much down, and I just haven't. There's too much stuff in there to mow. I got to get in and clean it all up, and I didn't get it done this year. So, I'll work on some in the winter after vegetation dies down. And that's all I planted. I planted one thing of cucumbers this year. That was it. I'm not a big cute. Oh, there's a big giant one in the back there. There's a huge one. You see that big one back here? It probably isn't any good. Probably too big. But nothing goes to waste around here because the chickens eat everything I don't want. So that's a cherry tree. It's a small one. We got, that's probably 3 years old now. I got a lot of cherries on that this year. And then I didn't have anything in this bed this year. This was nothing. Then just another asparagus bed there. And back there is my rhubarb. But it didn't get, it came last year. The rhubarb was real big on it. The stems were real big, the stalks. But this year I let the weeds get to it, and it was all overgrown. And I guess they couldn't get enough light, so they didn't really do very well. But they've been in there now they've been in there probably 3 years too, 3 or 4 years, maybe 4. And so I'm pretty sure they have real nice roots in underneath them. So if I keep it cleaned out next year, I don't really eat much rhubarb though. I mean, we actually have some that we saved that's frozen from actually a couple years ago, and I use a little bit when I make vegetable soup and stuff, but not that much. So I don't even know why I have that, because you gotta, I don't know about you, but typically if I'm gonna eat rhubarb, it's gonna have a lot of sugar, and well, sugar doesn't actually make your waist go down, it makes it go big. So this tree here, I mentioned in a video before, this apple tree's been here. I think I planted this thing like 10 years ago. I put 3 apple trees in, and this is the last one alive. Last year it had 1 apple on it. It was the first year it ever had any apples on it. This year it's got, well, I've had a few off of it, so but there's apples down there, and there's a bunch here, and they're just a bit tart yet. But they're pretty good. I like them. So, and this old tree, he was here when I came here. What's left of him? He's gotten a lot smaller. And then that's a pear tree, but it didn't get anything on it this year. So it had a couple last year, small ones, and it was the first year it's had anything. But it dropped them. It didn't keep them. So I didn't get any fruit out of it. I haven't got any fruit out of it. That's been there 3 or 4 years too now. So, and that's my big cherry tree. That's my son's semi up there. Well, it's not his, it's the company he works for. But and then yeah, so that thing was loaded with cherries this year. I usually get cherries on it every year. That's probably my oldest. Well, that cherry tree and that apple tree down there are my oldest. They're my oldest fruit trees I have here. They're probably 11 years old, something like that. And last year though, I caught this thing with my mower. I caught it with the mower right here, and it grabbed a hold of it, and it split it right there at the trunk. So I put it back up with this, and then I put shellac in between the 2 parts that were split, and then I filled it with some kind of a caulk to help heal it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I did get plenty of cherries off of this part this year. I don't know if it'll hold in there or not, but I'm just keeping it locked together, and hopefully it'll grow back together. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to prune it pretty heavy this year, because you really should be able to see up through there, and it's just got too much growth back in it. All these water spouts growing up gotta go. To clean that out. If you don't keep that cleaned out, then it gets too dark in here, and it doesn't get enough air, and it can get like fungus and mildew and all kinds of nasty stuff in there, I guess. So when I prune it back, I still get a lot of fruit on it. So I've pruned it back quite a bit, actually, several times. And then this is a bed. These 2 beds here, my daughter built these 4 years ago. And she had herbs and flowers and echinacea and all that growing in here, but it got ahead of her, and then the rabbits got in here, and I think moles got in and ate like all of her bulbs. So right now I just have I have some astilbes planted in here that I dug up. They're not doing very well. And then there's these lilies or whatever they are growing, and but all of her herbs are all gone. The critters critters that got to them. That's my biggest problem around here. Has always been the critters getting in, the moles getting in there and eating, and the rabbits getting in and eating. Just a mess. So, and I only planted one pepper plant. And I got one little lowly pepper on there right now. So I don't know if I'll get any more than that or not. Sometimes we get frost at the end of August, so that'll be the end of that. So then the Roma tomato plant, I got a few down there, but we don't really eat a lot of tomatoes anyway, so I just plant them just for fun to watch them grow, pretty much, honestly. And then this apple tree originally had 5 different varieties on it. It was a hybrid, but the first year we had it when, you know, after the first year we planted it, and then the next summer we had apples on it, and then the next year the goats got out of the pen and came up, and you can see, I mean, it's been a long time now, but they really tore it up really bad. But it kept giving me apples, and I'm gonna prune it back real hard this year and try to get this to form back over this way, so that you know, I'm gonna try to. I'll probably end up. I hate to do it, to prune off some of these big ones because they're big ones, but I think I'm gonna have to try to get it, you know, a little more symmetrical. So I got a lot of stuff growing straight up that really doesn't need to be there. So, and you can see, I mean, it tossed most of the fruit that it had on it this year, but this is what I got on a lot of it. It's just crap. I mean, a lot of the fruit really was just garbage. So, you know, it'll end up just going to the chickens most likely. You know, so, okay, what else? What else can I take? All right, well, I'll take you down and you can see the chickens now. So, if this is still working. I can't really tell. Well, I'm just talking to myself, I think. I don't think it's actually recording anything right now. Oh, we'll see. Maybe it is. I don't know. I can't really tell. It's too bright. I can't really see the screen. It might be recording. Anyway, so back in there, yeah, I used to have the chickens all in here too. The goat's been gone a couple years now, and I just kept the chickens coming in here and turning stuff over and digging stuff up. But I moved them out of here this year. I probably put them back in. I just wanted a chance to let some grass grow and just some things that just, you know, to just get a chance for, not really grass, but weeds and stuff to grow. So I don't know where that hen is. I bought some chickens at Tractor Supply, some little chicks, and I gave them to the mama hen that hatched chickens out, but I don't see her around here anywhere. I hear her, unless that's one of the other chickens. She can't be in there. Nobody in there. Sometimes the chicken will get out and lay her egg in there, so I don't know, I'll come over here and look for her, see if she's over here. Inca was over here looking for him. She likes to get around. I didn't even put my shoes on. I'm walking around out here. No shoes on. Oh, I hear her. She's over here with her little chicks. So yeah, she took them 6 plus she's got the 6 that I bought. Oh yeah, Inca found her. Inca, come on. Inca found her. Ugh. This is a jungle back here. It used to be all cleaned out, nice. Not anymore. So I don't know where she's at. She's around here somewhere. I hear little peepers. I don't know if you can hear them. Oh, there we got a mama. See her? I don't know if you can see her in there or not. She's on the move with the chicks. There she goes. Can you see them? There we go. Inca, get out of there. There's briars back here. Now I don't have my shoes on. Oh, the life of a YouTube content creator, risking life and limb. But, yep, there she is back there. There's all the chicks. Now the real dark yellow ones, those are the ones I got from Tractor Supply. I can't remember what they were called. They were some kind of reds, but the color anyway. But it starts with an I, like Issa or something. I don't know, Ira or Idra or I don't know, one of them things. And then of course the ones that she hatched out are all mutts. I don't know, they could be all kinds of different kinds. And one looks kind of like an Australorp chick, and that's what she is. She's mostly Australorp. But yeah, that's what the original ones that I bought were Australorps, and so they seem to. That seems to be a very strong trait that seems to get passed on, is to look more like the Australorps. So, ouch! Ow! Doggone it! All right. Well, I'm past them briars anyway, and then there's Inca. So, yeah, I shouldn't even be down here. This used to be the guy who owned the property before me dumped all his trash down here. I've been cleaning it up for 12 years. Broken bottles and jars and cans and you name it. Everything was down here. So, alright, well, that's the little chicks. And the mama you got to see. See, I don't know if I should probably widen that out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And so, all right. Well, this is where I keep the birds at now. They're all in here, pretty much. There's not a lot of them. I don't have a lot. I think I got 2 roosters and two big old hens in here. They're big ones. They're old girls. And then 2 big white and black hens. And then there's 4 hens that we hatched out last year in here. Anybody in here? No, but they did leave me some treasures. There's some treasures in here. That's always nice. And that's another bed right there that I put in 2 years ago. Soil looks pretty good though. Man, the weeds just growing that thing like crazy, and I wasn't gonna put anything in it this year, so I didn't mess with it too much. So, oh, and birds are all out. Oh no, there's one of the roosters. Yep, there's one of the roosters. There's another big rooster back there. There he is. See him? He's kind of pretty. I've had some really pretty roosters, but. And then what do we got? There's the whole crew down here. There's the big black and white ones. Now I gotta get rid of them roosters because they're making my hens all nick-it. So they're gonna go because now we got. I only kept them because they got hatched out last year with the other ones that I got from somebody. I kept them because I wanted to hatch some more out this year. But now that most likely the 4 that got hatched out, there's going to be at least 1 rooster in those 4 that got hatched out. So, and then I have another hen over here in this pen, and she's sitting on about 8 eggs. So this is the one that went broody first, but none of her eggs hatched the first time. So I gave her some new ones. But I don't know if you can see her down in there. She's just a little one, but she's been sitting. This time around, she's been being really. She's really been on that. She's been real good about it. So, then this is a peach tree. This has got a lot of peaches on it. This is the first year I got any peaches on it. I've had this peach tree and this peach tree and this pear tree and this plum tree have been here. They're probably at least 5 years old. I used to have pigs right in this area. I had a couple pigs one year in here, and the soil is just beautiful from having them pigs in here. It's just a nice, beautiful, dark, rich soil in here. So I really like it. But there's a lot of peaches on there, but they got a lot of spots on them. I don't know if they're gonna get bigger or not. Maybe there's too many peaches, but we'll see. And then this one here this had white peaches on it. They're already gone. They got big and juicy and yummy, and they're all gone and eaten, and they're history. But yeah, so then this pear tree, it apparently is just an ornamental tree. It said it was fruit producing when I bought it at Lowe's, but it wasn't apparently fruit producing, because it gets those little berries on there every year, and that's all it gets. Then the plum tree here, this thing, the first year I got this, and I haven't really touched it since for the first year I got it, first winter I got it. It was just a little guy down here like this, and what happened is this, I had a fence around it to keep the critters out, but the snow was up to here, and the rabbits just came in and just gnawed it and chewed it. Right, you can still see it's damaged. You can still see the damage. Rabbits and mice just tore it to pieces, and you know that was kind of when I started getting really frustrated with the whole thing. I just was like, it just seemed like it was a giant waste of time. But so I cut it all back in the spring. Well, after the snow melted and everything, when it's cold, I cut some back. I cut it all back the best I could, and I've just kind of let it grow. And I don't think I've really pruned it much since. And it's really grown, and I probably should prune it, but I have to study and find out how to do plum trees, because they're not, all the trees ain't the same. So, but there is, you can still see there's still a plum on it. Well, you probably saw it the other way. There's still this plum right here. We had a bunch, and there's one right above it as well. We had a bunch of plums on there this year. We ate them though, and those are the last two that are on there. So I did have another pear tree over here, but it didn't survive. Something ate it and just destroyed it. And then I got some raspberry bushes in there, but they're not doing. I just planted and replanted. I had a big, huge patch of them in my yard, but they were so crowded. I dug them all out and replanted them, and those are the only two that. There's a raspberry down here, and there's one up here. They're the only ones that survived. I had a bunch more that survived that I had in another spot, but the summer was so dry last year that they all died. So you can see a raspberry right there. And so that was that. So they all died, and then you can see I just kind of gather stuff up in case I need it. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff though. Clean it up so I can sell this property and move somewhere where it stays warm all year round. I'm tired of the cold in the winter. I love my Pennsylvania mountains, don't get me wrong, but I'm tired of the cold in the winter. I've had enough. So anyway, it's just a wild apple tree that's been down here. I pruned it and pruned it and pruned it and pruned it, and no matter how much I prune it, the apples just they just stay small every year. They're just small, and that's just who they are, and they're not good. They're kind of bitter. I mean, they might be good in October, but they still just kind of have a lot of bitterness. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this one though, because well, I said I would. So, and that's pretty much it. I showed you the peaches up by the house, I'm pretty sure. So they should be ready before these ones down here in the yard. They should be ready a couple weeks, I think. My daughter made some really great peach jam out of them a couple years ago on that tree. That tree's been good to us, but we're not so much into that anymore. So, you know, it's kind of nice being 221 pounds instead of 255 pounds. You know, I'm kind of enjoying my weight that I am right now. It makes me feel a little better. And yeah, that's all my junk back there from. I'll get it cleaned up. Just gonna take some time. So, and I'm gonna get rid of these old shacks down here and try to build something nice. I'm not real good at building stuff. This is what stuff looks like when I build it. I mean, I'm just not real good at that stuff. This is another asparagus. I got asparagus in here, and there's some strawberries down in there, and but mostly it's just a weed bed now, because I just haven't had time to really care, to really take care of it like I should. You know, I just haven't. I've been busy with eBay, and I've been busy with, I've been spending a lot of time this year trying to learn more about the stock market and about, you know, trading and that sort of thing. And I'm doing it a little bit, but not really anything I really want to talk much about, because I'm not really doing very well. So but I'm learning, so, and that's, you know, an education costs you money, and I'm getting a bit of an education, so that's good, I think. So that's pretty much it, I think. I don't have too much. I mean, there's a couple blueberry plants around, but I have a hard time growing them too. They just blueberries just seem to hate me. I don't know what it is. And there's my daughter planting some rose bushes, but she's not real good at weeding things out either. Those ones are, I think those were white. I think they were white ones, and then she had pink ones over here. But she's actually got two different plants in over here and over there too. There's supposed to be two over there, but we'll see. So anyway, so there's the chickens now. They're all out and about, running around. You can see them. So yep, I kind of miss my goats sometimes, but at the same time, I don't. They took a lot of work and everything, and the point of having them was supposed to be so I could get some very lean meat. And we did drink the milk for a while, but oftentimes the food that you give them, the hay you give them, can change the flavor of the, and a lot of times it just tasted too strong. So, and then sometimes it was just really good. So, you know, but that's that. So, all right, well, I guess that pretty much shows you the property. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, or, you know, any of the things that I've done over the years here, or if you have any suggestions for me about, you know, fruit trees or gardening or any of that kind of stuff, I'd appreciate it. I mean, I can learn from anybody, so I definitely can learn from anybody, because I'm not really the brightest bulb in the house, if you know what I mean. So, all right, well, I guess that's it then. So I'm gonna go in and get some more stuff listed on eBay. I've been doing that pretty good today. I was coming out, so I wanted to bring you out with me. So I guess that's it. So you guys have a great day. Keep listing and keep making some money. All right, bye.